What's going on, guys? I'm Bane Sauce, and that's Push Pop, and this is Invectum Gaming's pre-Anthem discussion video.
Yep. Fucking roll the video. What do you want to see improved from Anthem? From the beta to the full game?
Um, I hope there's more I, like the guns didn't seem like I wasn't a fan of the guns. Like there was a few good guns that I liked, but none of them seemed like really special, if you know what I mean. But I mean, we only got greens and blues.
Well, I was just about to say that those, like any of our armor pieces that we got and guns, didn't mean anything. They were just junk. Like, if you, that was on purpose. I think that's just for beta reasons, because if you looked, like, all the stats on everything didn't improve anything, if hardly, like, at all, the stat, you know? Like, it wasn't very, like, it obviously wasn't meant to give you cool gear. It was just like, you know, they pretty much stripped you down for the beta.
Yeah, it it just seemed like I think there were like perks or like abilities or not really abilities but perks on them. Like when you'd hover over them underneath, it would scroll by and say like 2% extra something and
Well,
whatnot.
that's what I'm saying, but they were like bare bones, like minimum, like nothing pretty much.
Yeah,
They didn't
I
even
wish that
really affect anything.
I hope they it stands out more in the game though because like it's small and it's missable. So
I
like
agree.
so people that aren't like looking for it like me or you might miss it and be like, "Oh, where's the perks? This gun doesn't seem any better than that gun."
Well,
What's the difference? What's the
personally, I think they actually have that kind of already planned for endgame, because once you get to Grandmaster like 1, 2, and 3, like you rely on your percentage buffs from like, or your percentage like perks on each weapon. Like once you get to Grandmaster point, because the armor like stops eventually. So to
Yeah.
do high level shit, you gotta have that armor that has those fucking like, oh, plus 3,000 health or hit points. I don't know. Just random ass example. Like more to shield, like 150% more shields. Like like it's got to be stuff like that.
The other thing that I'm not sure of, and I don't know if it'll be like that in the full game, is like the differences between the guns is like it was the same gun, but there was like different variants of it. So like the assault rifle you start out with, I can't remember what it's called. That was pretty much the only assault rifle in the beta, but there was different variants of colors. So I think there might have been one other assault rifle. So I hope there's more than just like a few of a certain weapon, and then they're just different variants. I hope there's like more variety. Like it
I,
seems like there might be only one gun for every archetype.
like one gun model.
Yeah,
Huh, I actually don't know if I paid attention to that enough. I don't know.
yeah.
For me personally, I'm super excited for it. I mean, the flying around, dude, like just the more MMO RPG style, like uh, you feel like less you're playing like, you know, a looter shooter like Destiny, and you feel more MMO presence from it, I guess. Like
Yeah,
it's more of a numbers game, like because
especially
like
with combos and stuff.
yeah, exactly. And then like, cause don't get me wrong, like a game like Destiny, like it's fun for its own fucking thing, but you can go into something like 40 power levels under level, and as long as like you just shoot and hide, like you'll get away with it. But in this game, like it's kind of like this in the Division 2, like you'll just get swarmed. Like there's nothing, like there's no cover and just all these places to run and shit like that. Like
Yeah,
I like Anthem because it's really well, like its fighting areas are really well designed for this, like to where like your build does matter, and I really
well,
hope that they make the build feel a lot more special in the full game as well.
well, I really like the emphasis on abilities. Unlike Destiny, like your ability cooldowns are super fast in this game, and you can
Yeah,
change
I
them up.
know.
Like there's a lot of variety in abilities. Like playing Storm, there was like at least 5 different abilities for every element, and
Th-
then you also have a support ability on top of that for every character, I believe.
See, this is something that I've been saying about Destiny since it came out. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have like more of a looter shooter, and I'm pretty sure that the only reason it's done this way is just because of PvP reasons. But I think that's one of Destiny's biggest flaws is that your super has, I mean, changes have came recently, but for most of Destiny's like lifespan, your supers either felt weak or very limited, like you rarely got them, like, you know, in most circumstances. Your grenades, like, you didn't get them as much, you know, and yeah, you can do builds to where like you get your more super energy, you know, but it just like, it just didn't seem like you were a fucking guardian, you know, like it was more just like gunplay and then a grenade and maybe a super like every now and then, you know, which is fine. But that's the thing that I like about Anthem, like what you were just pointing out. It's like playing the storm, dude, just constantly freezing people, fucking bringing down a fucking lightning bomb like on people, like just constantly, you know, like that shit's fucking dope. Like I like Anthem, like I like how it's more ability focused. I wish there was a little bit more ability usage going on. Like I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more MMO, like as in like you had like 4 or 5 abilities maybe, but the abilities they do have, I think they work really well, and then I do think it's a good experience playing it though.
Yeah, the gameplay's fun. It feels good. There was a few bugs. There was a few bugs, but the devs already said that's gonna be fixed. And one thing that's important to me is lore, and I'm not sure how it's gonna be in the full game, but I know there was some scannable things. But I hope that like there's a way to look back in them. Was there like a log or something that might not have been available in the demo?
I'm not sure about that, but I don't remember whose video it was. I was watching a video about Anthem, and I guess they were like going over like developer like Q&As and stuff, and people had questions, and they asked if it was gonna be like lore, like you had to look in a codex for, or like go online for, and someone referenced Destiny. And they pretty much said, no, this is BioWare, like expect the lore in the game, and BioWare has a good history of adding lore to their games. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
I've never played a BioWare game, so I wouldn't know.
I was just about to say, full disclosure, neither of us have played a BioWare game, but
I've never really been into Western RPGs, so no. But
he's fucking been hidden under a fucking Wii blanket his whole life.
Yeah, but lore is a question that I'm looking for. I know gameplay is going to be good. I didn't really like the story missions. Like, they're fun to play, but I felt like the story and the story missions were not really weak, but like I was telling you when we were playing it, is like the voice acting seemed kind of like bland, wooden.
Well, see, you say that, but I thought it was good. Like, I actually disagree. I didn't think it was bad. I just think you didn't like the character that they made. Like, because I didn't think the voice acting was bland. Like,
they did start off with a really weird character.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he was kind of... what did he seem? He just seemed kind of, like, super quiet, calm, just kind of weird, too. Like, he had, like, a weird vibe about him. And,
yeah, especially since he was split into 3.
But like talking to Lucky Jack and stuff, like I liked his voice acting. I liked the girl's voice acting. I like everyone's voice I heard I liked. Like, yeah. I mean, personally, I think it was pretty good. But
we haven't talked about.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We also haven't talked about endgame. So there's the endgame, the strongholds that we played.
Yeah, that's gonna be the endgame, and there's also gonna be. Oh, I really... Is it the... I hope I'm thinking about the right game. Is this the fucking where they're gonna introduce like legendary contracts? Is that what I'm thinking of? Is that this game?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
But the only thing I see wrong with Strongholds being the main end game is the one that we did get in demo. It just kind of felt like a Destiny strike, and I hope that's not all we have to look forward to when we get to the end game. You know, there's all those different difficulties when you get to try. Even then, it'd still be like a hard strike. I haven't been the biggest raider, so I mean, it might be good for someone like me. but at the same time, it still worries me.
I see it as just like, do you remember playing ESO and us doing dungeons? I see Anthem's endgame being a lot like MMO dungeons, and like you said, a Destiny strike. I think that's the equivalent,
Yeah,
because they already said that they're not. They already said that they're not going to do any content where it bars the fucking gate. You know, it's gated away from like casuals because they don't know how to do puzzles and like all that shit. Like they even referenced Destiny. They said it's not going to be. They said that their end game is going to be a mix between a strike and a raid, like in Destiny terms. So you can look for like something in between, which I'm guessing is just going to be more fucking just bullet sponge bosses. Honestly, I think that's what it's going to be. But as long as they're done well, though, because the thing is the stronghold they gave us in the beta, if you really think about it, like, that was probably the worst stronghold they had, like, by far. Like, just those scorpions didn't do shit. It was super easy. You just had to keep running away. Like, and I felt like every other encounter in Anthem was more difficult than that fucking stronghold on the hardest difficulty we could play it on.
Yeah. But, that's the one thing I don't like about Destiny's endgame is, like, I kind of like raiding, but I'm not a big puzzle person, especially when it comes to playing with LFG people. So, like, hearing that it's not going to be puzzle-based for, like, their endgame,
and it's all, well, it doesn't matter anyway because it's all matchmaking now. Like, I mean, I know that's kind of what you said about LFG, but I mean, it's gonna be easier for sure. Like, it's gonna be no puzzles, and it's all match made. So like it's none of the content is gated off from anyone if they want to do it, which is kind of cool. But it also kind of like sucks that they don't have like, because that's the thing about Destiny raids is like a lot of people did them, but I think Bungie came out and said like only the top 15% of like Destiny players actually complete the raids. I think it was like 15%. I think it was like something super fucking low.
Yeah, and then like only 2 or 3 teams beat Last Wish on the first day within 24 hours.
Well,
so
that's gonna be like that with every raid though. Like,
yeah, but Last Wish was the worst one. And
technically, whatever came out with the Black Armory was the worst one because
I kind of heard about that, but I wasn't paying attention to Destiny.
But it was only because of a bug, though. It was bugged, and one of the steps wasn't showing how it was supposed to.
I really like the customization in this game, like just to make yourself look cool. I think it's nice and it's in depth. You can
I think it's honestly like the best character customization like since Halo Reach. Honestly, what other good multiplayer games have good customization? That's like you can make him look good without like paying microtransactions.
I really like the Divisions, but it's not super in depth. But I liked it.
I was about to say, like I know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're coming from with that one. That's all I'm saying. Like I mean, it was just regular clothes, like, and you had to get them. Like, I'm talking like customization. Like, everybody gets a javelin, and you can have like hundreds of thousands different fucking patterns. Like, you know, different types of fucking colors, and you can make the colors look good. Like, just customizing your character, because the Division, you pick stuff up and you put it on to wear, you know, like it wasn't.
Yeah, but I still liked it.
Like there wasn't like skins. I mean, you can't really compare it though. Like to a game, like I'm talking to more of like a game with like good customization where you could do like a lot of different shit, like color schemes, armor, like I referenced Halo Reach, because honestly, like I never thought of that, but. I wouldn't have thought of that until we talked about this, but we really haven't got a good multiplayer game with good character customization in a really long time. Like, I really can't think of any games that have done it really good. But Anthem's is fucking sick. I mean, just being it, I don't know, it was just cool. It was a nice touch. Fucking props to BioWare for that, because it was definitely refreshing.
Yeah.
Making your characters look sick as fuck. I don't know. My main thing for Anthem is that I just hope it comes out polished. Like, I do not want. I mean, they already said that the next fucking, like, that build they had already fixed like over 1,000 bugs that demo had that the full game won't have. But the thing is though, is with a game like this, for it to be buggy would be bad, because like Destiny was buggy in its own way, but it was mostly like connection issues buggy. It wasn't like buggy where, I mean, the same. It's kind of like how you could fucking disconnect the fucking modem and just kill Atheon in the in the raid in D1. Like, it was more connection, which broke the game, but it was more connection buggy. Like, but other than that, it was pretty good. Like, Anthem was, the demo was fucking horrible. Like, enemies and a lot. I mean, this has gotten a lot of media attention, but fucking enemies despawning everywhere. Like, the infinite load screen, which is already fixed, but just an example. Like, just a lot of fucking bugs. I just hope that it comes out good, polished, and I hope the grind is good. I hope they focus heavily on the MMO elements of it, and I hope endgame's fun. That's pretty much all I gotta say about Anthem.
Well, I know there's been a big stink about it on the YouTube, especially people that like to bitch about a lot of things. What is your thoughts, and I'll give mine as well, on the screenshot that's outdated of microtransactions?
Well, see, I actually just told you this the other day, but my stance on the media attention of it is that and I know it's EA, so you got to be somewhat skeptical, but like, I just don't like understand all the hateful videos being posted right now because of it. Because the thing is I watched someone else's video, and they said that was probably a tactic by EA. They let that leak out there, or they put it out there, whatever, just to test the waters, because if people were willing to buy a $20 skin, they was gonna put it out, like, for sure they would have. It's EA, but I think it was more of like a testing the waters thing. Like, they let people react to it, and then once they seen that it was bad media attention, this most expensive skins might go down to like $5-10. But I think,
which I hope they do, because I feel like $20 for a skin in a game, especially like an RPG where you want your character to look badass, is kind of high. Like, I could see $20 skins and
any $20 microtransaction in a AAA game, I think, is way too high.
Yeah,
like,
the only place
territory. Sorry.
Yeah, the only place where $20 like skins are alright is in a game like Fortnite or Apex Legends that are free to play.
Yeah, any free to play. Like, I mean, the thing is, one thing I do hate though is that all the hate towards microtransactions, like, in games, like, if any AAA game has microtransactions, it automatically gets a lot of hate. I don't understand that, because you got to realize that, like, not talking to you, like, talking to the video, like, you got to realize that they're trying to make as much money as possible, and if they're fucking making good money, like, if they might push some microtransactions on the developers, but like, if it doesn't affect the game at all, it's not pay to win, and it's only cosmetics, like, who gives a fuck? Like, let them make that extra money, let the investors fucking pocket that in their fucking grubby, greedy hands, but who gives a fuck? Like, I don't think a game should get hate just because it has microtransactions. Like, even if it is AAA, like, I still think that there's room for that, like how Anthem is. Like, I think it's perfect. Like, EA, like, I think EA is really gonna fucking earn some brownie points after all these fucking stunt moves they've been pulling. They've been fucking busting some baller fucking aces out of their sleeves.
Well, there's good and bad about the people that do it on YouTube and like talk about it negatively. The good about it is that it kind of keeps publishers and kind of developers in check. But really, you'd think it's kind of a good thing about it, but mostly people on YouTube are only doing it to
just for
get the
clicks.
views. Yeah.
Just for clicks. I was just about to say that. Because the thing is, though, is that they don't realize, like when, I'm just going to reference someone, fucking, like, Downward Thrust. Do you watch him?
No, but I've heard he's not very good.
It's not that he's not good. Like, I like a lot of his videos. But, dude, like, he is one of those guys that if a microtransaction or a DLC, like, before the game's announced, like, anything like that, a season pass, anything like that is announced for a game, dude, it's an automatic fucking don't buy from him, like, super against it. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, I mean, his most recent videos about, like, Anthem and stuff have been like that. But it just, at that point, I think it's just for views. And if it isn't for views and he really thinks like that, like, he's got to realize that fucking, he, like, he doesn't have a huge effect, but, like, big YouTubers have way more power over people than people think. Like, that, all the hate towards a game that comes from YouTubers, like, has fucking killed the games, and it's fucking hurt, you know, companies bad. And sometimes it's deserved. So, like, for example, Fallout 76, terrible reviews, everybody hated it for good reason, and Bethesda deserved what they had coming with that. But, like, all this hate, like, towards all these new games, like The Division 2, like Anthem, like, I've even heard it on Metro. Like, it just doesn't, like, Metro's been getting some fucking bad media attention. It's all for fucking clicks. Like, I think Anthem is going to be a sick game. I think The Division 2 is going to be a sick game. We got a little off track. We're talking about Anthem. But I think it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll definitely be grinding it. And we'll be making some videos on it on this channel. Bane?
Yep.
Close us
Yeah,
out.
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm definitely picking it up. Whatever day I can pick it up, you know, that chart is kind of confusing because I can't remember it in my head, but it's going to be a good game.
Another downfall we didn't talk about, but that's alright. Alright, well, if you guys are watching this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And Bane, what do they got to do after that?
They got to ring that motherfucking bell.
Ring the fucking bell. Thanks for watching.